Afternoon.
Good.
Hi, Javi.
Hi.
Okay. The goals have dried up in the last few games. I think it's one in the last five. How do you address that, and how important will the senior experienced strikers at the club, Patrick Bamford, Rodrigo, how important will they be, and could either of those feature this weekend against Brighton?
I think we need all the players. Of course, in the last game, we didn't have many other options to substitute some attacking players. But now we are working with more players. I suppose if everything is right in the next training session, we'll have more options for the next game. And but that's not important for me. We always try to prepare the next game with the players we have, and always we have a good squad, and I trust in all the players.
You won your first home game against Southampton. The next three at home, Brighton, Forest and Crystal Palace. How important is the home form going to be if you're to stay up? And do you have to make Elland Road a fortress?
Yeah, are crucial for us. We know, first of all, playing with our supporters always is better because they helped us in the last home game. My opinion was the difference to be able to win the game, and I expect the same for the next game, playing home and playing away, because when we play away, you can see 7,000 people supporting you. Then I want to thank them because they are supporting a lot, and we can feel it. It's true in the last home game playing against Southampton. Was the atmosphere was unbelievable, and it was what we needed to get the good result.
You're just over 2 weeks into the job now. You've had your first full week of uninterrupted training. So what have you learned about your players?
I can confirm what I said my first day. I can see in every training session, day in, day out, all the attitude they have, the commitment they have, and all of them are looking forward the next game, knowing the points are in play are really important for us.
Hi, Javi. How well have Luis Sinisterra and Rodrigo trained this week?
They are doing something with the team. They are starting because some players have been some long-term injured players. They need a process to adapt, to come back with the team, but they are doing something. The next training session, we will evaluate the situation they are, and they are help us in the next game, or it's better to wait.
So how different are you expecting your team to look on Saturday?
I expect the best team, the best face, because we need it. We are working on that, trying to improve the things we think we have to do it, and I see the players motivate to play the next game and to try to achieve the points.
How close do you think Patrick Bamford is to being the striker we saw maybe a couple of years ago, and sometimes at points this season as well?
I think Patrick is an important player for us. I don't know if the level now is better or worse than before. But what I'm really focused is try to help him to give his best version, his best face. It's my work, and I try to help him to do it.
We know about your backroom staff now, Javi, but can I ask you about Chris Armas and what's happening with him?
It's not part of my staff. I came with three, with Juan, with Sigor, and with Mikel. And there were other people in the club working for our arrival, and he's not here. That's something maybe the club can explain.
Do you think you'll add to your staff soon, or do you feel you
Sorry?
have it? Do you think you'll add to your staff soon, or do you think you have enough at the moment?
No, I have enough. I have enough staff. Have people come with me from Spain, and club are people like Michael, like Marcos, like Willie. There are people working with us day in, day out, and we don't need more help.
And finally, for me, Javi, Brighton could be on the verge of their best season ever. What is it that they do well?
I agree. I think is one of the teams is playing better. He's really strong attacking, scoring. I think is the fifth team with more goals scored, and always in a good balance. You can see in all the games they've played, my opinion, always show the quality, and they are doing really, really well. It will be a very, very demanding game for us, for sure. But we trust in ourselves, and we've prepared very well this game.
Roberto Mancini spoke about Willy Gnonto possibly being a striker, playing through the middle. Where do you think he does the most damage as a player, and could you see him as a second striker?
It's a good option. Last game, for example, against Chelsea, he started to play. He started playing as a forward, second forward. After we change again, put on the left to finish the game. But both positions, I think he can make the difference. His quality, I think, are to play both positions as a second striker and as a left as well.
You watched the under-21s earlier in the week. What did you learn, and what do you think Sam Greenwood is? Is he a central midfielder? Is he an attacking midfielder? Is he a striker? What is he?
Yeah, I could see the game, and I love to share that game with young players. I think they deserve my support. They are working very well, helping us to prepare much better. All the games we have to play. And in this case, we had the chance to see them. You ask about the best position for Sam, tell you, ask to Sam where does he prefer? Because knowing that, maybe is the best answer for your question. After that, maybe I have to choose for the balance of the team that has to be the right, has to be center or second forward. Qualities that he has give different options to any position.
Hi, Javi. You said to Tim about you need other players to contribute with goal scoring. Have you been talking to them about taking more responsibility this week?
Yeah, but I think we don't have to talk about it. We have to do it. Everybody knows in the last games, maybe we missed some chances, but we created the chances, and it's something good for us. Now, have to be focused on try to finish better. Okay. This week we did many different exercises to try to improve, to try to finish better. But after the moment of the game is the moment of the game. It's different than training sessions, and you have to show in that moment your character, your composure. They have to finish well. And what I can do is try to support my players, try to give them the confidence they need, and I'm sure the work they are doing next games we can see, we could see the difference.
And we know the Ellen Road crowd is so important. Do you have to consider that in your style of play to sort of create a way of playing that brings the fans into the game?
Sorry, can you ask me?
Do you have to consider the fans in your style of play to try and come up with a way of playing that brings the fans into the game?
Yeah, I think we need the fans, and I think they know it. But it's not something about this moment. It's something about the history. You know, always the fans were really close of this team, and then this moment is when, at the end of this season, when we need the points, even it's more important for us. But it's something I don't like to speak about it, because it seems like if I'm asking something that they don't do it. They usually do it. What we have to do is try to give them with a good play, with a good results, try to give them the reward that they need in this moment with points and with good matches.
The club spent a lot of money on Jorginho Rutter in January. What have your first impressions of him been?
What everybody can see, that he's a young player, that he needs time to give the best face, but that he always try to do things well and try to help the team. When we didn't have any other number 9, he gave us the chance to play with him, knowing he's not a reference to play alone, but he did it and he helped us to play. Then, like the rest of the players, because the rest of the team, my opinion, we have a young team. We need to work to improve, because we need as soon as possible results, but at the same time we have to keep the confidence in the young players to help them improve, and it's a long way. It's not only for 1 or 2 weeks.
Do you think he can be a number 9 long term? What is his best position in your eyes?
We spoke about it in other press conference, but I think the best position for him in this moment, if you ask me, is you play with other number 9, with a number 9 as a second forward. He can play on the sides, he can play in many different positions as well. But when you don't have any other option, you have to choose.
Hi, Javi.
Hi.
Jorginho came with a very good reputation, lots of potential. Do you think his big price tag, club record signing at Leeds, do you think that's affected the way he's settling in and his form?
What I can see is that for me as a coach, it's a pleasure to work with this kind of players as Jorginho is. I don't know the price, I don't speak about money, I speak about what I see, all the training sessions and the commitment they have, all of them have. In this case, Jorginho is not different. He every day is working hard, trying to improve and trying to help the team. Is what I can say about Jorginho. It's a pleasure for me to have players with that attitude and with that mentality.
And you mentioned that you've been working on finishing
Yeah.
today, this week, lots of exercises. Who were the best finishers this week?
I can tell you that. It's a secret. No, maybe Brighton put a close mark with the best finisher. No, all of them try to improve. And it's not only about the strikers. We spoke about it's not about the strikers. It's about all the team to attack, to defend, to defense, to have the balance we need. And only doing all these things well, we have some chances in